Have you ever wondered why, in many romantic situations, it often seems that men feel the pressure to take the first step? This question invites us to explore the intricate dynamics of gender roles, societal expectations, and the historical context that shapes our understanding of relationships today. Let's consider the historical backdrop. For centuries, societal norms have dictated that men should be the initiators in romantic pursuits. This expectation can be traced back to traditional roles, where men were viewed as providers and protectors. Women, on the other hand, were often cast in roles that emphasized nurturing and caretaking. This division of roles instilled a sense of responsibility in men to take the lead in romantic scenarios, while women were expected to respond. However, these historical norms are not as rigid as they once were. In recent decades, we have witnessed a significant shift in gender dynamics. Women are increasingly empowered to express their desires and take initiative in relationships. Yet, despite this progress, many women still find themselves holding expectations regarding who should make the first move. This phenomenon can create a complex interplay of feelings for both parties involved. From a psychological perspective, the pressure on men to initiate can stem from a fear of rejection. Men may feel that if they do not take the first step, they risk missing an opportunity. This fear can be amplified by societal messages that equate masculinity with assertiveness and success in romantic endeavors. It's not uncommon for men to internalize these messages, leading them to believe that they must act decisively to prove their worthiness. On the other hand, women might find themselves in a position where they are waiting for men to take the lead, influenced by both social conditioning and personal expectations. Some women might feel that if they were to initiate, it could be perceived as a deviation from traditional gender norms. This internal conflict can lead to feelings of frustration or disappointment when the expected dynamics do not play out. As we delve deeper, it's crucial to acknowledge the role of communication in these scenarios. Open dialogue about desires and expectations can foster healthier relationships. However, communication is not always easy. Societal conditioning can create barriers that prevent both men and women from expressing their feelings candidly. This is where misunderstandings can arise, often leaving both parties feeling confused or unfulfilled. In many cases, the expectation of the man taking the first step can lead to an unbalanced power dynamic. If one partner is always the initiator, it can create an environment where the other partner feels passive or less invested in the relationship. This imbalance can contribute to feelings of resentment or dissatisfaction over time. It's essential for both partners to feel empowered to express their interests and desires, regardless of gender. This leads us to consider the impact of modern dating culture, especially with the rise of digital platforms. Online dating has transformed the way people approach romantic relationships. With apps and websites providing a space for individuals to connect, the traditional gender roles are being challenged. Women are often more empowered to make the first move in this context, which can lead to more balanced interactions. Yet, the lingering expectations from traditional dating norms can still influence behavior. As we explore this topic further, it's important to consider the perspectives of both men and women. For men, stepping up to initiate can feel like a rite of passage, a way to demonstrate confidence and desirability. Yet, it can also be an overwhelming burden, especially when faced with the fear of rejection. How can men navigate this pressure while also respecting the desires of their partners? Conversely, women may feel torn between wanting to be pursued and the desire to take control of their romantic lives. Some women may find the notion of waiting for a man to make the first move outdated and frustrating. They may wish to break free from these constraints and assert themselves in their romantic lives. This desire for agency can lead to a clash with societal expectations, creating a complex emotional landscape. So, what happens when these dynamics play out in real life? Consider a scenario where a woman is interested in a man, but is hesitant to express her feelings directly. She might wait for him to make the first move, all the while feeling anxious about whether he reciprocates her interest. Meanwhile, the man may be equally interested, but feels unsure about whether to approach her, fearing rejection. In this scenario, both individuals are caught in a cycle of hesitation, driven by the weight of societal expectations. What can be done to alleviate this pressure? One potential solution lies in fostering an environment where both partners feel comfortable expressing their feelings. For men, understanding that vulnerability can be a strength rather than a weakness may help them feel more at ease when initiating contact. For women, embracing their desires and communicating them openly can empower them to take the lead when they choose to do so. Moreover, it's vital to challenge the stereotypes that often accompany these dynamics. The idea that a man must always be the pursuer can be limiting for both genders. Encouraging a cultural shift towards mutual initiation could help dismantle these outdated norms. This requires not only individual change, but also broader societal shifts in how we view gender roles in relationships. To deepen the conversation, let's pose some reflective questions. For women, how does the expectation of waiting for a man to initiate affect your experience in relationships? Do you feel comfortable expressing your interest, or do you find yourself adhering to traditional norms? For men, what pressures do you feel when it comes to taking the first step? Has this impacted your confidence in romantic pursuits? As we navigate these questions, it's important to recognize that every individual's experience is unique. While some may feel constrained by traditional expectations, others may find comfort in them. Engaging in open conversations about these dynamics can foster understanding and empathy between partners. Ultimately, the journey towards more equitable relationships requires us to challenge the status quo. Both men and women can benefit from sharing the responsibility of initiating connections. By recognizing the complexities of these expectations, we can cultivate a culture that values mutual engagement and respect. As we conclude this exploration, it's crucial to remember that relationships are not one-size-fits-all. The dynamics of each partnership will vary based on the individuals involved. By fostering an environment of open communication and mutual respect, we can create spaces where both partners feel empowered to take the first step, regardless of gender. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own experiences. What are your thoughts on the expectations surrounding initiation in relationships? How have societal norms shaped your views on this topic? We encourage you to share your insights in the comments below. Your experiences and perspectives are invaluable in enriching this discussion. Thank you for joining us today as we unpack the complexities of gender expectations in relationships. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Silk Masks, for more explorations into the dynamics of modern relationships. Let's continue the conversation and work towards a more equitable understanding of love and connection.